Hey, everybody. How's it going? Oh, crap. Here we go. Obviously, still technical difficulties going on over here.
Well, and as soon as you go live, Badel just poof disappears.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
I went to a different screen and he's gone. Well, happy Monday night, everybody. Oh, here he is. He's back.
I had to use the Shuby bucket. Sorry, I thought 10 minutes early would have been enough time, but
oh, is that it? Wait, here we go. Thank you, BC. There it is. There it is. All right, there we go for the Shuby bucket. There it is. How's everybody doing tonight? Appreciate you being here. You know the drill. Share this thing out. Smash up that like button. Yeah, all of that stuff. All of that stuff. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. It was a hot day. So I'm a little bit sweaty after work. Wish I got home a little bit earlier and had time for a shower before the show.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, man.
It's all good. How's Badel doing?
Finally starting to get over the sickness. My voice is starting to return back to normal. It's almost there. It's like 95%, 90%.
Yeah, you do sound better, especially since last Monday, even since Friday, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the sickest I've ever been. Like even during the C word, those few years, like I was sick for one day and that was it. And I'm like, I've never been more sick or sicker than one day at a time. Like it hits me all at once, and then the next morning I wake up, good to go. Nope, not this time.
Well, you're bailing yourself out there, but
Did you just refer to COVID as the C word? Like it's a curse word or something?
Well, to my knowledge, last I knew that YouTube didn't like that 5-letter word. So
don't give up.
I was trying to be nice on a Monday night HODL the Line and not get us restricted.
Yeah. You were trying to be restrained for yes. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Because in about 10 minutes, I'll start swearing and I'll be like, darn it, I'm sorry.
Yep. And there, it's how did LBC say it last time? And demonetize. Yes. Exactly.
I mean, it is what it is, you know. They aren't going to tell me what I can and can't say. They can try to restrict my access to viewers, but like it's going to get out there eventually. And it's not like I'm the only person saying it. Like if I've said it, like if I've said it about COVID, then Joe Rogan said it about COVID. And if they can't shut him down, what are they going to do to me?
Well, they don't shut you down. They just kind of ghost list you.
Mm-hmm.
To where they don't advertise your channel. People don't see your channel. You know, and even if I'm subscribed to you, which I am, with the bell notification on the black to receive all, they will not allow me to get any notifications of you going live. So that's the way they kind of shut you down. They don't actually shut you down permanently, but they just put you on that ghost list. And
yes, and the naughty list. No gifts from Santa.
I've been on the naughty list for life. I don't care. Don't bug me.
I agree with that, BC. Jimmy Kimmel wishes he was this cool.
That was good. That was good. Oh man. So what do you guys think? We'll go give a quick shout out to the chat, and then BC, you're gonna enlighten everybody about a giveaway for tonight. How's that sound?
Okay. Yep, that works.
All right. Well, we got Duality C in the house. Appreciate you being here there, Duality C. Thank you very much. Let's see. Wick's wife in the house. Boy, you have a long day. I saw her like first thing this morning, and then like I'm sure she's been in different streams all day, and here she is tonight. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And T.I. Joe, Bingo Bango's in the chat if you're a channel member. And yes, thank you, Joe. Much appreciated. 2,000 subscribers during our show today. BC helping out with that. Thank you very much. Everybody, thank you so much. Matter of fact, that is the theme for this Friday night, Crypto on the Rocks. Yay, 2,000 subscribers. So Make sure you're here for that. Let's see who else we got here. BC. Yes, with all the TI Joes and A West. Haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you being on here, I guess. I see you all the time on Joe's streams, though. Appreciate you being here. Jesse in the house. Uncle Jesse emojis in the chat, please. And awake since 7 a.m. 1 a.m. Oh man. You got to get some more sleep. It's hashtag Jesse needs sleep. Hashtag Jesse needs sleep.
Well,
all right.
That one.
BC. Come on. Enlighten.
All right.
Oh, Andy just popped in. Andy, welcome.
Well, if you were here last week, we did announce that we were going to be having a giveaway, and that was going to be of a YubiKey 5C NFC two-factor authentication device. So I did pin that link in the chat above. Comment 2FA on last week's video, and you will be entered for that chance. We will draw at the end of the show. And then for this week's video as well, go ahead after the video ends, comment 2FA on it, and we will be giving away a second one of those. So last chance to kind of enter in for this week's giveaway. That link is pinned above. So go ahead. It's 2 and then FA. And we will see you at the giveaway next week as well.
Awesome. I love the YubiKey. Like I say, I use it all the time, like literally every day. So yeah, good device. Well, we got some interesting things to talk about today. How about we start with this? It was something that I know I've mentioned already. I think BC teased it on his morning show actually too. Did you? I think you did, didn't you? Anyway, basically Tether looking to take advantage of the US and the stablecoin market and launching a compliant dollar pegged stablecoin. Okay, let's go through it. Now, this article that I've got linked here, I actually did a much more comprehensive dive on this in today's newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you should be. You would have got this plus more. But anyway, Tether, the company behind USDT, we all know that, right, is taking its next step into the US market. The firm has announced plans to roll out a new dollar-backed stablecoin called USAT, designed to be fully compliant with US regulations. And despite, sorry about that, guys. And despite expansion plans, the company has made one thing clear: it will remain a private enterprise. Well, I mean, you're just launching a separate stablecoin. Why would that matter? I don't know. Anyway, the Genius Act, we all have talked about that here a number of times, has clarified the U.S. stablecoin landscape, and Tether is wasting no time on basically jumping in with their 2 feet. Backed by high quality liquid US dollar denominated assets, okay, to provide monthly transparency in resolving reserve holdings and to undergo regular audits. Basically, in a nutshell, they've decided that they're going to make a stablecoin that's going to be expressly for the US markets. They've partnered with Anchorage Digital and Cantor Fitzgerald in order to make all this happen. And they mentioned here in this paragraph, and this is kind of where I'll shut up and let you guys kind of go with it. Remember, Bo Hines now, what is it, a month ago or something, left the Trump administration to go and work with Tether. Now I understand why. It makes a whole lot more sense now that they've rolled out this USAT, in my humble opinion. All right. What say you guys about this?
Can I speak before BC goes off on his rant?
Yeah, go ahead.
So USDT is already a stable coin. So for them to create USAT, to comply with all the rules and regulations in the US. Well, there's really no set rules and regulations in the US as of right now. So I feel they have knowledge of something that's going to come soon as to why they're doing this.
Well, no. So there's already there's already rules and guidelines for what you have to do to be a stablecoin in the United States and to not face like repercussions. And this
Right.
is, you have to have proof of reserves that is held by a separate entity that is audited, not within by you or that entity that is holding it, but by a third party entity. It has to be backed by U.S. Treasury bills and T-bills, so things like that, where like you either have to have a one.
Does this mean that USDT is going to be going away then?
No, that'll
No,
never
they'll
go
use
away.
that everywhere else. That's the biggest stable coin market across the globe. They're not going to get rid of that. That would
That's
be
what
stupid.
I'm saying, but so why are they creating USAT?
To use it in the United States.
Because it goes with the right rules and regulations of the United States of America.
Exactly. Yeah. So they can enter the U.S. market.
We have the biggest GDP in the world. If you want to make money, you need to be in the American economy. It just is what it is. Like that's I didn't make the rules. That's just the rules.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
You can make money elsewhere, but you are very limited in the scope of how much money you can make if you're not in the American market. This is why everyone wants to sell their goods in America. And if you want a piece of the pie, when you're talking about transaction fees, you want banks that are going to be using stable coins. You imagine how much money is going to be made off that. You want a slice of the pie, you have to be compliant with the U.S. government. He brings up another big point is like they can pause and freeze as well. I didn't even get to that one yet, but like there's a whole bunch of these regulations they have put on top of a stable coin. If you want to operate a stable coin and have it be transacted with in the United States, not just on our level where it's like, yeah, I could just choose to send you USDT for my exchange. But if I want to have a banking transaction that uses a stable coin, then it has to play by the American government's rules. It's just their way of saying, hey, well, if you want your stable coin, it's actually got to buy our debt. That was the biggest point of it. They want to sell $36 trillion of debt. And that's not me saying it. They came out and said it.
Yep. Facts. And that's why I kind of chuckled when I was reading that article and it said, what was it? Something like stable liquidity or whatever the heck I said. I was like, debt. That's all they're looking to do. They're looking for buy U.S. treasuries because nobody else wants them. And again, in my newsletter, I laid all that out. So again, sign up for the newsletter. And Sonny, appreciate you being here. And yeah, they did it to Justin Sun. I love that he put that in there and the WLFI. Exactly. It's so true. And that you're right. That's exactly what they want to do. Craig Kane in the house.
You kind of answered my next question is like, well, what's the point of USAT if USDT has already been around for years and it's always worked? But I get it now because they want you to buy up the US debt, have it backed by the American dollar, and only probably used in America.
Well, and it has to function within the system. So, in other words, like Sonny said, they got to be able to freeze it. They got to be able to claw it back. They got to be able to do all these things like you can do with your Visa card or whatever it is. You know, that's a fraudulent transaction.
Against the whole blockchain perspective is not being able to freeze it.
Yeah, and that's why you saw me shit all over the Genius Act. It's stupid. It's the antithesis of the crypto message.
Yes.
Which is like a big part of what our next story is going to be. Because if you can have things like that, then I don't need you. It's pointless. Why am I going to transact him in your dumb US compliant stable coin when I can just transact in what this next story brings to light, which is like amazing technology. Stable coins are cool. It like brings in like the older people or businesses because you're going to be transacting in a stable like form of money, but like at the end of the day, you could just transact in Bitcoin and you hold it, it goes up in value, or you could transact in the dollar, which even if it's as like a stable coin, is increasingly getting less and less value.
Exactly.
So it's no different. Like it's just digital. You might as well just swipe the Visa card. It's pointless. Like,
Facts. I don't know. I'm not a fan of what they're doing. This administration doing in this reshaping of things. But it plays to obviously we're seeing the slow transition of our current system into what they're trying to make it and bring it into the 21st century, I guess, for lack of better phrasing there. But yep, no, agreed. And you're right, it plays right into our next story. Should we bring that up and then we can hash out a little bit more here?
I mean, did you have anything else to kind of say on that one, Badel? No,
not really. I mean, you started talking about the next subject, the next story, and I was like, okay.
Because I mean, it ties very heavily into why we don't even need a U.S. compliant stable coin, why we don't need to transact in stable coins, why you don't need a clawback function like that, why you don't need to be able to freeze accounts like that. It expands the blockchain into a whole different area. And like, I love the tech, and the tech is what I'm here for. The money part is cool and all of that. I like making money, but like the technology is what's really going to change everything. You can
go ahead.
Instead of having like a whole shadow economy that we currently have in crypto, this is what's going to allow things to actually be pushed into the mainstream. So, what was that, Badel?
No, I understand like pushing it into the mainstream and like creating a new stable coin to help better everything, but kind of what you were talking along the lines of is the problems with that is kind of like the Solana blockchain, where it just freezes and it crashes.
No, that doesn't happen.
And then we can go back to the Ethereum blockchain, when there was a hack and they just rolled it back. And now we're going to trust our government to be able to do both of those things. And both of those things ever happened on those chains, like one, maybe a few times, but never on the same chain. Like you had the Ethereum rollback, you had the Solana crash where the blockchain just froze. It's none of that ever happened on the same chain, but now they're trying to chain them all together, I feel, and create a stable coin where it's almost like anything goes. Well, we can freeze the blockchain, we can roll the blockchain back, we can do this, we can do that.
It's anything goes as long as the government says it goes. And that's exactly that big point. Where it's like, if you want to do that, why wouldn't you just leave your money in your fiat dollar and transact that way? It's the same. It's the same thing. It's no different. And I didn't leave the cryptos. I didn't leave the TradFi system to come to crypto to have the government govern me harder.
But it's also not the same as just buying Bitcoin and hodling, or using your Bitcoin for transactions once in a while. Because that's still not a stable coin. It's still something completely separate. I've transacted in Bitcoin for years now.
Yep. It's a little bit slow, but it works. And I would much rather pay my buddy he edited backgrounds for me back before I got better at editing photos. Because, there's a little bit of a learning curve. It's like, hey, bud, I need this done tomorrow. Can you just get it done now? And I'll just pay you. And I paid him in Bitcoin. And a year later, the $10 that I paid him was 400% more than what I gave it to him. And I'm like, there you go, bud. I told you to just hold it a year and a half. That's what that's what I would rather do, instead of, hey, bud, I paid you $10 now, and in a year and a half, it's worth 3 and some change percent less. Yeah. Like, why? You have less purchasing power if I pay you in the dollar, if you want to hold that for any amount of time.
Yep.
And for his business, when he's doing skills like that, he doesn't need to spend that money. He renders a digital service that literally cost him $0 to do. It's just all the skills that he's amassed over the years is what makes him worth paying. So why would I give you dollars if you're not even going to use those dollars immediately? I might as well just give you some Bitcoin.
Yeah. I'm going to just bring up Sonny's comments real quick, and then I actually have one more question I want to throw out to you guys with regard to this. And yeah, I it's funny he mentions DAI. Now, I don't get me wrong. I very often use USDT on Tron because that's usually the cheapest way to move USDT. But I do like DAI, to be completely honest. I appreciate using it. And I know Sonny is actually doing some work with DAI. And BC, that's because you are already a crypto guy. The people they are going to get into crypto now are going to be noobs. They will get wrecked, and the centralized coin for that sounds about right there. And Mike just coming into the house, appreciate you. BC, feel free to jump in and answer that or whatever.
Well, I think a little bit of that is, yes, they're trying to get some of the older traditional system in there with like, hey, these are the safety measures that we can put into place for you and all of that. But like, I think it's antiquated because the real generation that's going to be using crypto doesn't know how to live without electronics. They've got the phone glued to their face. They can't ride in the car without a phone. So like, they already know how to use technology, and those are the people that are going to be the real users of blockchain. It's not going to be me. It's not going to be that. It's going to be the younger generation that gets into these positions of power that already know how to use technology, and adopting blockchain will not be a big difference.
All right, there you go. Now, I guess my comment / question was this. When you and I, BC, in a number of different streams, were talking about stable coins, we always kind of like were poo-pooing on Circle and then they went into their IPO and all this other stuff. And they were in my opinion, the presumed winners of the stablecoin race here in the United States. Now that Tether is moving into this arena here, making this US specific stablecoin, what do you think that's going to do to the competition a la Circle?
I mean,
if anything,
I don't know just yet. I mean, Circle got a little bit of a boost on the traditional side of the markets, but like, you didn't see USDC's transaction rates go up. You didn't see massive amounts of a market cap change in USDC with Circle being compliant and all of that. So like, I don't think it makes much of a difference. And I do think what we're waiting to see is what banks adopt what stable coins to use, because that's where this is all heading. It's not me and you. We don't give a crap what stable coin. Like, we're going to use whatever stable coin we want to use, and it doesn't matter if it's US compliant or not. I'm still going to pay you in USDT. I don't care. It's like, that's what I use. But the big thing is for the banking industry, where it's like, is my local bank going to be using USAT? Are they going to be using USDC? Are they going to be using RLUSD, who is now making moves to also be US government Genius Act compliant, which is what that's the trend we're starting to see. And all of them are doing it because they want a piece of the banking pie.
You think they're going to see more people jumping in this with now that the Genius Act is there? You think so?
Well, now that you know the rules, why wouldn't you? If you've already got the blockchain.
Yep. No, I'm with you. I just curious if you felt the same way. What about you, Badel? Any other final thoughts before we kind of move ourselves along here?
I do have a question
for
the panel. because we did talk like 2, maybe 3 months ago about like I think it was Wyoming and a few other
Yes.
states that made their own stable coin. So now that Tether is coming out with USAT after these states made their own stable coin, I mean, so what are we looking for on that? Like, is every state going to have their stable coin, or is USAT going to eliminate all them, or are we just going to have a bunch of stable coins here in the US that are compliant in what the government wants?
BC,
I mean,
you want to jump?
I think it'll take time to really see. I think Wyoming was very early to jump on that, and
Yes.
the big thing on that is you might not even be able to have your stable coin and transact like that, depending on what the federal government says. So we will have to
Yes.
see going forward. They're obviously going to be compliant because they're going to be buying the US treasuries and all of that. But like, do you fully adopt the crypto message that the US government sends? Because from what I've seen, it doesn't look like Wyoming does. So then you're going to
Yeah.
be stuck in a point where it's like, well, we're just being used outside of our actual government. We're not having our own banking industry that's using our stablecoin. This is literally for people that use crypto. So
Yep.
it just depends on what kind of spot you want to take. I do think you're going to have a hard time competing against something like USDC or USDT or RLUSD, who already have this giant leg up on you, who've already been playing this game, and who already have people in Congress
Yep.
that
They're
they're
in the
lobbying.
pockets.
Yeah, they've been lobbying these senators for years. So
Yep.
how do you compete with that as a state entity? Unless you want to
Now,
be able to.
you referred to RL USDT a few times. That's Ripple Labs USDT, right?
Yes.
Or yeah, RLUSD. So
Okay.
they just came out, it was either yesterday or today, were saying that they're going to make their stablecoin compliant with the Genius Act because they want a piece of the pie too.
Sure.
And so
And
one thing that so this is one thing where you might see, I know it's like a little tinfoil hat, but if you can really see a change in how things go, how government is structured, you do see states' rights being like very important again. And instead of having a government that federally regulates the monetary supply, you send it back to states' rights, then that's when you're going to see these state stablecoins be an extremely important component, because you would need to run your own economy. And it's like, oh, well, I want to use this stablecoin because it's backed by the way that this state runs their economy. They're extremely liquid. We have proof of assets and all of that. This is that new age revolution. And like, that's why I was honestly a proponent of a state like Wyoming having their own stable coin, because it's the revolution, but it's digital. And you can have your own economy if you create your own digital economy, because all of this is digital anyway.
Yep. And I'm with you, BC. I mean, there's a provision in the Genius Act that basically says the U.S. government gets the final say. So yeah, these state, in my opinion, these state stable coins like Wyoming are going to either have to play ball or they're going to get crushed, because and at the end of the day, they really don't have much in the way of a leg to stand on, even in the U.S. Constitution, because it says it right there: the states can't make money. So bar gold and silver. So we hear that hell from Daniel Diaz all the time when he comes on. He's on here. So I want to just give a quick shout out. We had Tech Man jump on in, and All Set. Appreciate you guys being here. Did you have something else? You look like you're about to say something, BC, and I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's just, I mean, the Constitution doesn't say it. They did add some stuff later on, which could definitely be clawed back by states' rights. Or hey, we want to run our own economies again. We want to be separate of this absolute crap fest that you're running. And if California wants to subscribe to Keynesian economics and Wyoming wants to subscribe to Austrian economics and see who wins, then that would make it a little more interesting. You would then need like your actual like US backed stablecoin then, if you wanted to be able to transact from straight state to state. It would be a little complex for a little, but like being it all digital, if I want to send this to California, you just send that intermediary token, but like my dollar is stronger than your dollar. I know it's like it's like backwards from where we went, but it's also kind of where things need to go in multiple ways.
I guess we're going to find out, because there's going to be all kind of legal challenges with regard to this, in my opinion, as things kind of roll out. I was just going to
say, it almost sounds like a shit show, in my opinion.
Well,
I mean, that was the whole
with their own coin. Then now you got, Tether coming out with the whole country coin, and then it's like, okay, well, which one's better than the other? Like, are all 50 states or 48 states or say 25 states going to have their own coin that you can only transact with that coin in that same state?
How's that different than the crypto space right now? You like XRP, I like Bitcoin, but I need to send you something, so I send you USDT. How do
you can send me Bitcoin?
Yeah,
I know, but I'm saying if this state doesn't, like, we don't accept Bitcoin here. This is just an example. Of course, you would probably accept the Bitcoin, but if that was the rules, it's like, hey, if I like ADA Ace, ADA is in the ADA community. He uses the ADA stablecoin, which ADA's stablecoin does not have the pay rails for me to accept it outside of an ADA wallet. So I need to transact with you. I need an intermediary coin, which is basically the crypto space now. Like, it's no different.
One thing that kind of irks me about the crypto space since I've been in it is, okay, I have Bitcoin and I'm going to pay you in Litecoin because Litecoin's faster, right? Quotes. So then I have to pay a fee to convert my Bitcoin to Litecoin, to send it to you, to have it with you within your wallet or your exchange, whatever, within minutes. And then you want Bitcoin. So then you got to convert that Litecoin back to Bitcoin. And then you're paying a transaction fee also. And then there's two fees just in one transfer.
But it's no different than the current state of the economy that we transact in right now. Every time you swipe your card to pay something, you're paying a fee. And every time you get money,
if you do it right, it's one fee, not two.
The business is also paying a fee to receive your dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
It's no different.
They just pay it at the end of the month, though, when it's grand totaled up. Like, oh, you owe us this amount in fees. I mean, like, a lot of the watering holes around me are like, hey, $20 minimum on cards because they charge us $4.
Because they're getting a fee. Yeah.
And you're also paying card for like over $20. They charge you like 15%. And it's like
everyone's paying a fee to transact.
The lower the fee is, and it's like, Jesus, you're just pushing me back to the cash days at this point.
Yes, that would be nice, right? Oh man. All right. BC, did you want to remind everybody about the giveaway one more time before we go on to the next piece of things here? Because I don't see, the only other comment I see there is Badel, and we ain't giving it to Badel.
No. All right. Well, I will share that link again in the chat. Go ahead to that video, comment 2FA on the video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win a YubiKey. I will share that again over on my X as well. So
okay, so there we go. I just put it up on the screen. 2FA. for two-factor authentication for a chance to win that YubiKey. I'll tell you what, like I said, I use YubiKey all the time. Let's see, can you see that? There we go. Put it like that. That thing is great. I love it. Phone, doesn't matter, computer, whatever. Love that as a great security device. So why not? Come on, get the comments in there, so you got a chance to win that YubiKey. Link in the description. All right, well, let's move on to this. Again, something else that I mentioned briefly with Joe this past Monday, something like that, like a week ago. And Swiss banks basically complete the first legally binding blockchain payment. So I think that's huge. That's huge because right now it's difficult to enforce, any kind of payment outside of the traditional system. And even with the traditional system, that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, some of Switzerland's largest banks completed a proof of concept that tested blockchain technology and smart contracts for interbank payments, marking what they said was the first legally binding bank payment via a public blockchain.
He knows where you live.
Under the umbrella of the Swiss Bankers Association, UBS, Post Finance, and Sigmund Bank conducted a feasibility study on blockchain-based deposit tokens, because they basically use what they call a deposit token. You'll see that in the next paragraph here to make this actually work. The test initiated off-chain fiat money transfer triggered by payment instructions in a tokenized blockchain deposit token. The first use case executed a payment between banking customers of the participating banks, and the second tested an escrow-like process that exchanged the deposit tokens for tokenized RWAs. So everything was basically automated, is the long and short of that. Let me just come down to here. The system's underlying smart contracts enabled verifiable processes, technical security, and compliance with regulatory requirements. And they continued on to say that the blockchains, public blockchains with permissioned applications triggered legally binding payments. Basically, this was a feasibility study to make sure that it could be done. It definitely was done. And I'll tell you what, in my opinion, this is going to lead into, and we can just hash it out. You guys get the idea. This is going to lead into the next era of where I think the current crypto system is, and how that's going to integrate into the TradFi system. Go ahead, guys. Thoughts, comments, complaints?
I just like the fact that a bank actually did a POC, proof of concept, and it worked. Because so many banks for how many years now have been talking about, oh, we're going to adopt this coin, we're going to adopt this, we're going to adopt that, we're going to use this, we're going to use that, and then nothing, silence. And then now this bank in Swiss comes out and says, hey, we actually did a POC, proof of concept, and it worked. So it's kind of nice that somebody took the step forward to see if it actually works, rather than just sit here and chit chat about it,
Well, I mean, it was bound to happen eventually, where it's like we've talked about it so many times, where it's like you either adopt crypto or you get left behind, and it just is what it is. So if you don't want to get left behind, and you're also a big entity like that, how do you add safety in the blockchain without changing the actual concept of cryptocurrency, which is what the federal government in the United States is trying to do? They're trying to change the concept of what cryptocurrency is. And instead, this bank in Switzerland, which, I mean, it makes sense that it'd be Switzerland, who is very privacy and security focused when it comes to their money, would do something like this. And you need that security built into your blockchain, where I'm sure we've all had a situation, if you've been in a crypto space for any amount of time, where you have sent funds to someone for something and they've been an absolute piece of shit and they didn't hold up their end of things, which is something that happens in our traditional systems as well. But if
Yep, every
something
day.
if something like that happens in traditional systems, you are allowed to come after that person legally. There's been plenty of instances in the crypto space where a scammer scams someone. Oh, well, we have this. If you pay us this much in Bitcoin, the
Mhm.
problem's solved. And then you go to the police afterwards and they ask how you paid them, and you paid them in Bitcoin. They can't do anything. Hands off.
Right.
They can't come back and they can't go after the person. There's literally nothing they can do. And this will add safety in a safety framework where I'm sure if something goes wrong, there's that intermediary that you now have that's going to handle you actually getting your funds back or dispersing the funds to that person if the smart contract is fulfilled. So a little extra step, but you need that little extra step when you're talking about transacting on different scales or with entities transacting with other entities where a contract needs to be fulfilled.
And you say extra step, and currently it kind of is, but at the end of the day, when you're using these smart contracts to make that happen, the end user would probably never even notice the extra step, first off, and then second off, as it grows and gets built out, it would be, I think, with regard to that, there'd be no extra step. I'm not picking on what you're saying, BC. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It may seem a little bit clunky now because it's new, I guess is my point. To then where it will be when it rolls out. Now, let me ask you this. What do you guys think? Is this going to end up being the standard for any blockchain that has interaction with TradFi in any way, shape, or form? What do you think? I personally, I'm like, absolutely. But what do you guys think?
I mean, if you want to be adopted in your TradFi system, then yeah, you're going to have this built in when you're dealing with smart contracts. If you aren't trying to have that TradFi system be a part of it, then I don't think it matters.
Well,
But
yeah, at that point, who cares?
For the safety features of your end user, you kind of just want to throw it on there anyway. So it's like, well, here's some protection for you, and that's some people's complaint about crypto is it's secure, but is it fully safe? If something bad happens, am I covered? No, be smarter. And that's basically what crypto is now. Whereas then it's like, okay, well, I can take a little bit of a risk, and if something goes wrong, I'm not completely screwed.
Fair enough. Badel, you want to add anything to any of that?
I mean, the whole TradFi thing, I don't really quite understand, but I feel like with all the things that we've been talking about throughout the night with the USAT and all that, it's another leg in the journey. I mean, the states getting their own stable coin, then USAT, and then I feel like it's just a stepping stone to get back to where, not get back, but get to where we want to be, where we can use stable coins throughout the world or crypto throughout the world, and it's just a recognizable currency.
No doubt, it is a leg in the journey. And good night there, Jesse. Thanks for being here. And there you go. He's gonna see you first thing in the morning there, BC.
Get some sleep, Jesse.
Right.
Hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag Jesse needs sleep, baby.
I will see you in the morning, Jesse.
Appreciate you. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. That's my take that's my 2 cents. And you know, I hadn't considered outside of like where the intersection of TradFi and DeFi would be meeting, but it makes sense, like you were just saying, BC. Sure, even for protections of the average person, the average user, regardless of the blockchain. Yeah, I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense. I need sleep. Hashtag I need sleep. There it is. Not Jesse needs sleep, but it's I need sleep. There it is. Damn.
I mean, I just feel though, honestly, like even with stable coins, there's no 100% security on that, because, oh, well, I got scammed out of $50 or $20. The bank is not going to stop a blockchain and roll it back because you lost $50. You know, I mean, will they do it if you lose 500 million or 50 million? Maybe, but then that puts themselves at risk of having to roll back every transaction that happened in that couple minutes.
Yep. Which is why you would need features like this, where it's like, for your small person, I need a legally binding contract where if something goes wrong, we can very, very quickly come back and make everything right. We know this is what was supposed to happen. This didn't happen. Here you go. We'll just take this from you, or intermediary, and put it back where it goes. It's a feature that's in our traditional system. So
Yep.
that's kind of the point. If you want to replace the TradFi system, there are going to need to be some things that you adopt from the TradFi system.
Yep.
And that's just one of those small features.
Sad truth right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sad truth. Guys have been great in the chat. But I think it's about time for a giveaway. I just went and looked. We got a few more comments. I think it said 9. Yeah. I'm gonna refresh it just to see again. Whoops. Come on. Every time I do that, the video starts playing. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's saying we got 9. So 8, not counting Badel. So that's a little bit better. So whenever you want to do the comment picker, you got control.
You can't count me.
None for you, like the soup Nazi there on Seinfeld. None for you, no soup for you. There you go. Hey, but Diggity in the house.
That or needs a hardware wallet. You know, I mean, I don't have any of that.
I love it. You say giveaway, and K Diggity's like, what? Wait, what?
Hey, sir, don't skip out on me.
Diggity, you can take my spot. If I win, I'll give it to you.
Oh, he can just enter.
I was going to say he can just enter on his own there. Yeah, exactly. So let me bring that banner up one more time. Go to that video. BC put the link. Yeah, I think he pinned it. 2FA in the chat. We'll give you another minute. And then BC's going to bring up the comment picker. And BC, just let them know what we're doing this week and next week. That way they know again, because I know we had some people just kind of jumping in.
Oh, yeah. So on last week's, we said if you comment, it's pinned right down there. 2FA, you were entered for a chance to win that UBP 2-factor authentication device. So for this week's video as well, here on the YouTube, all of you over on X, find this video on YouTube. I will get that shared on out as a post on my X a little bit later. But again, you comment 2FA on this week's video, and we will be doing another giveaway of a YubiKey 2-factor authentication device. So
yes,
2 chances to win. That a winner will be announced next week. We'll be doing the same thing to do that giveaway.
And yes, Joe, you're a little bit too early with Rig. Yes. just a little bit.
He's just saying Rig because he didn't win.
Well,
even
nobody's won yet.
The winner yet, but I didn't even see him in there, to be honest.
No, I didn't either. Well, that's why it's rigged, Joe. You never enter.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, you want a chicken dinner? Oh, no problem. There you go. Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah.
Yep. We got a few more commenting on there. So, yep.
Yeah. Well, you decide when there, BC.
Well, you want to let everyone know what you got going on for the week, and Badel, if you have any announcements too. And then after that, we can do that giveaway. I'll get that screen pulled on up in the background.
Okay. Badel, you want to go first? Anything you want to tell everybody?
I really don't have anything, to be honest.
Okay. No worries.
I mean, except for I'm finally getting over the sickness. My voice and my throat aren't hurting as bad every day. So, I mean, I guess that's about it. But
nothing wrong with that. That's always a good thing. That's a thumbs up right there.
It's only been a week and a half. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's been a while for you. I definitely has. You like I said, you sound better, much better, even from Friday. So that's a good thing. Going in the right direction. Okay. I can fill everybody in for me. See, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto Jar and I, Matrix Money Podcast, we have Yeti from Dynex. We're going to be talking quantum computing. Got a bunch of things, getting updates on Dynex itself, the Dynex coin, and what they've got going with that. So listen, I'll tell you what, we haven't had anything less than like an hour and a half stream when Yeti's been on, because everybody comes into the comments and they're asking some amazing questions with regard to quantum computing. So make sure you're showing up tomorrow and 6 p.m. Eastern time. And yes, Yeti, yeah, exactly. And he's awesome. He's awesome. He likes to talk, but I'll tell you what, he's always coming out with the great info. So that's a beautiful thing. And it's been a long time in coming, getting him back on that podcast, but I'm excited about that. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time for that. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, Joe and I are back at it for our midweek check-in on the markets and so on. So do not, no, Dynex is not dead. Anyway, so don't forget that 11 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, and of course Friday night, because of the 2,000 subscribers on my channel. Thank you to everybody, much appreciated. Thank you. We'll celebrate that on Crypto on the Rocks Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that's it. That's what I got going. BC, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, it is time to find out who is that winner. And then again, after this video ends, comment 2FA on this video, and we'll be doing this all over again next week.
How many people do you think are going to say it's rigged?
Oh,
yeah, see?
Wait,
there
it's rigged. It's rigged, but why'd you do this? What the heck?
I would say CCM already said I cannot win, so obviously it's a repick, but
there we go.
Right, there it is.
Lad
Lewis.
I agree with the first one where Trade Intuition immediately goes
exactly rigged. Yeah, no, Badel ain't winning, man. Lad, if you are here, I don't know if you're lurking in the background. BC, how do you want him to get in touch with you?
You can reach out on X. But I'm sure that's pinned in your description below. If not, if you reach out to CCM as well, he will get you coordinated with me so that we can get that UB key to you. So it doesn't look like Lad is in the chat, but I'm pretty sure he will be there on Wednesday because we saw him in the chats this morning. So,
well, I mean, between all of our streams,
and I didn't see his name at all tonight.
Yeah. Which is odd because he's usually here, but that's all right. No worries. We'll catch him. There's enough of us here, and even the people in the chat, like Joe. I know Joe is great about that. If he sees somebody like, oh, get in touch with so and so. That's awesome.
So is there a time limit on when he can claim? Like 7 days, like the end of next Monday's HODL the Line stream?
No, just I'm sure we'll see him. I've already got all the money for the giveaways set aside, so it's not a big deal. So
Yeah,
Just
it's gonna be
when
shipped
he can get a
directly to
hold.
him.
Yep.
Directly to him. Oh, Jay Violet just chimed in, but we're getting ready to like leave, unfortunately, Jay Violet. But appreciate you kind of coming on in here. And if you're a channel member, Jay Violet emojis in the chat. Yeah, exactly. They're technically speaking, that's part of the YouTube giveaway rules. You can't have that. So, and if you're looking to figure that out, by all means, the links to the giveaway rules and disclaimers and all that kind of good stuff is in the description. And well,
I would say huge shout out to Retro Knight.
RMT, thanks, man. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go see who got them. While we're here, I gotta get back up to that. I was busy doing a whole bunch of other things right here. Let's see. Jimmy Jim got one. Excellent. Vodafone got one. Bedridden. Let's see. Julie got one. Excellent. Julie has been in and out of here all the time. I love watching her live streams. And Juanito. So you guys got a gift membership. Thank you to RMT. Appreciate you, RMT. Thank you again for doing that, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yep. Yeah. RMT for the win. Exactly. Hashtag givers game, baby. Yep. Exactly.
Oh, hey, shit, it worked. Holy cow.
What? Oh, Badel. See, he didn't like the rig thing. So here he is. But thanks, Badel. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. What's that? What's that?
What? Amy Lives Crypto in here. She must have been lurking.
No, is she one of the winners? I gotta go back and see.
Yep. She was one of the winners. We've got Buck winning. He was lurking in the background too. We got the Zen of Gavin was another winner. Ricky Ricardo won, and Dutchy won a membership as well.
Nice, guys. You have access to all of the emojis. Please feel free to use those, and we can have a little bit of fun with that. Just so everybody knows, I'm trying to coordinate a member only live stream, probably to be on Thursday. Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I'm working it out. Details to come. Sit tight for that. Thank you to Badel. Thank you, RMT. Appreciate you guys for doing that. Also, go back in the community feed in YouTube. Now you're a member. You can go back and look. I'm starting to do a rewrite on my cryptocurrency ebook. You can see the outline there. And as the chapters come out, you'll have first access to those. So make sure you're checking that out, as well as some members only videos on YouTube. Appreciate all of you with that. Thanks, guys. Thanks. This has been a great week, getting over 2,000 people, and you guys with all your support. I love it. I love it. And yes, Amy, yeah. Have you guys seen her? I love her videos, man. They're awesome. They are absolutely awesome.
Hey,
love it.
she is not AI. I actually met her.
No, but she is awesome. She is awesome. You're right.
It made me laugh. That's why I was laughing in the background, or I saw this comment. I was like,
yeah, no, she's awesome. Her videos are great. I love it. And very nice lady to talk to. I was trying to do a collab with her. I didn't realize she was pregnant at the time. So she was like, I'm trying to I'm like, oh, sorry. But she's awesome. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate you. All right, guys. I gave everybody what I had going. Badel did. What about you, BC? What you got going on for the rest of this week?
Same old, same old. I might get rained out tonight, so maybe going live on Piper and my channel and doing some stuff in the Discord on the Piper Academy Discord. So if you're not over there, you definitely should be. And I will see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning.
I do have a quick question for BC, though, real quick. I'm not asking to pull a chart up, but what do you think about Crow by the end of the year?
What
I heard last night, granted, it's kind of probably hypothetical, like $3 by the end of the year. And you knew I was going to sell my Crow to buy solar panels. And I'm like, man, at around 20 cents, if it hits $1 by the end of the year, I'm okay if I hold on to it. I just want to hear your
Isn't it-
opinion on that.
Isn't it like 30 cents right now or something? Or like,
No, it's like 20, maybe 23 cents. It's sub a quarter.
And thank you, Jay Violet. I appreciate that. We're going to
$3?
celebrate that this Friday night.
I mean, I don't really do price predictions, but if you can get above 50 cents, that might be when I'd start considering stuff.
Oh shit! At 30 cents, I'd 10x my money. If it hit 50, I'd be okay with that. But I don't know. Somebody I was watching last night, they were like, "Oh yeah, $3 by the end of the year," but that's a high price. And I'm like, "Shit! Even if it hits $1, I'd be okay."
Mm-hmm. But I mean, a lot of people are going to be shooting for that. So whatever people are shooting for, shoot under. It's psychology, just front run it a bit. Because I mean, it is making higher lows and some higher highs, but like it's pulling right back to old highs, and it's not really finding support.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I've already 10x'd on it, so it's like I should just sell it and just be okay. But I hate to sell it and then it go up, but I mean that always happens.
There's the greed. There's the greed we talk about on Piper Academy. Don't round trip your bags, folks. Don't round trip your bags.
There you go. Facts. We've all done it though. We've all done it.
Because as soon as you sell half, it's going to go up.
I've never round tripped a bag. Except for
okay,
Bitcoin.
okay, Mr. Show Off. All right, Mr. Show Off.
But like, I mainly just buy Bitcoin, so it's not hard to like not round trip bags. Like I had 6 alts this cycle, and I haven't held them since last year. So like I didn't round trip nothing. I was okay.
I got to get my money back after Trade Ogre got seized. So I got to make that $80 back, right? So
yeah, Trade Ogre. That's the end of that. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it. What do you say? So one more time, BC, remind them what they got to do when this video ends.
When this video ends, comment 2FA and you'll be entered for another chance to win a YubiKey 5C NFC 2-factor authentication device. Best in the business. Until then, I will see you at the next one.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for keeping that chat being lively, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Yeah, fingers frozen, call it ice on my grip. Wallet getting heavy, yeah, it's making me trip. Charts doing backflips, but I'm steady, don't slip. Never fall, got a diamond script, no eclipse. Wolves in the market, they circle and pray. I'm a bull on parade, charging every payday. Paper hands crumble, they just fade away. I'm stacking sats, building castles where I stay. Diamond hands, I ain't letting it go. Stacking up, yeah, I'm watching it grow. Riding waves, yeah, I'm surfing the flow. Up and down, but my faith never low. Diamond hands, yeah, they gleam and they shine.